just know that you are the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. And just know that this is the Hitman, and you're watching Papa Pete.
Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. If you haven't grown up by the age of 50, you don't have to.
That's the best comment I've ever seen. Oh, right on, Albert. That's hilarious.
And sit and spin, Pete.
Sit and spin. That's a toy, isn't it? That used to be around when I was a kid. I think I crush it now. Yeah. Oh my God.
Make an adult size one.
Right. This is crazy. Trying to get these things working. I can't stream at all. I think this will be a Papa Pete stream to talk about what kind of friggin' new computer I should get that might work.
Yes. You need a new computer to celebrate your 1,000 subs, Pete.
I know. And I've been sort of, but I don't even know what to get is the problem.
Yeah, it is tough.
But I mean, I know nothing about. I was thinking about like an i7. I want to get a laptop with a docking station, cool. So I can sort of have it portable, you know. But I'm sitting here watching my my resources. The resources are really going hard now. StreamYard's a great thing, though. Right on, Albert. Right on. Yeah, it's a good fella. I like Chris. I'm going to try to run that software again just to see what happens. Actually, what I should do is try to get a chat window up that I can actually see. This is totally off the cuff. I didn't plan on streaming tonight. Jeff was just hanging out, so we thought, let's turn it on and see what goes on. I wanted to play some Intellivision games, but I couldn't get my OBS to stream. You might have seen a couple mini streams popped up there earlier, and I took them down because they were just like, I was getting a frame rate of about 0.7. That's not good.
0.7.
It was crazy. Well,
That's not good at all.
I was dropping 98% of my frames, but I could record, which is what really struck me.
Random stream. That's right, Salvatore.
Hey, Salvador. I didn't even see you there. I haven't got a list in front of me yet. Who's in here? Just turned it on. MVL Gaming, hey, man. Oh, my God. Yes, OBS. And that's what I say. Of all things, tell me what I should get for a friggin' computer. And I can't spend 10 grand, but I like it.
I'd like to know, too, because I'd like to get a PC at some point.
I mean, I've been thinking an i7, Intel i7, 16 gig RAM. I mean, I want a terabyte solid state drive, but I mean, 16 gig of RAM with an i7 and video production and stuff like this. It's all, it's processor based. I mean, I've written enough on that, but back in the day, I mean, I'm so old that, it was the Pentium 2 166, it was like, oh my God, you'll never need a faster computer than that. So.
Pete, back in the 90s, I remember we were working on Macs and I can't remember what the speed was. It was something ridiculous. Like, I can't remember. It was like 32 megahertz or something. I don't know, on the Macs. And I remember some guy saying, why would you need that much speed for anything?
Yeah.
I'm thinking, man, back then we had, like, if we were lucky, we had, 4 megs of RAM. The processor was complete garbage.
Yeah.
You need it because as time goes on, every file you work with gets bigger and bigger and bigger. They're not getting smaller.
Now, pin a message to the top of the chat. God, I haven't even done one of these in such a long time. And I know I lose a lot. I finally got my chat up and running here. I think I got something similar to that. Okay, I'm going to do this right here.
Oh, interesting.
I did a PC unboxing video with my new PC. And even what I got was massive overkill for streaming and recording games. I am not, whatever I have, it's just not working for streaming. I can record it all right. Like I've recorded those videos using OBS. The last few I've done for the Astro Smash Challenge there, the Intellivision games, and it's working okay. I have to shut a lot of stuff down, make sure nothing else is running before I do it. But as soon as I go to stream, I just lose everything. 300 baud mode for the C64. Right on. All right. So what do I want to do? I want to pop
Power 64 is.
I might just totally lock up here when I do a couple of these things. I'm going to try to get the. There that is. And now I'm going to try to open up my Elgato software again to see if I can.
I need to get an Elgato.
Yeah, I do like that. I got it for Christmas a couple 3 years ago, but again,
I got a birthday coming up in a few months, so maybe I'll do that. Get one of those.
You go. Mother's Day this weekend too. Don't forget. I can't forget.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So very important. 98.7% of my viewers are male, so I'll throw it right out there. Remember Mother's Day.
My stats, it still says 100%. I'm like, oh, come on.
You know your wife watches.
My wife watches. My
Once in a
mom
while,
watches.
Catherine. Yeah, your mom.
Yeah.
Once in a while.
So it's like, I don't trust anything they say because I know they're wrong.
Let's see. All right.
I don't expect it to be any better than like 98 or 99%, though, to be honest.
Make sure that's on. No, I know it. Okay, I have turned on the software and I've turned on my ultimate flashback. We'll see if anything happens now. And you'll watch, I'll start shooting now and it won't capture me, right? Even on my screen, it doesn't look good anymore.
Yeah, it's really the frame rate is really, really low.
Yeah. And that's because I've got so much running here, I think. But I can see the Intellivision. But I'll $100 if I shared that screen right now. It would not work. It'll really.
You're still there, Pete?
I am still here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, kind of. Kind of sound like a robot.
Oh, really?
Wait.
We're kicking it into the stream. We'll see what happens.
There you go. Now I can hear. Saboteur just lost an eBay auction for an Intellivision lot by 50 cents.
Oh, my God. That's crazy. Now, have you ever had a television before? I clicked on that to highlight it, and it's like still trying to process and bring it up. There it is. Let's see what happens when we actually try to open the game. Not good. I don't think there's going to be any frame rate there. All right, just pick something and play it, right? We'll try this. No, this is not going to work well. Can you hear it?
Yeah. It's a little choppy, though.
Oh, yeah. This is a new one. This is available on IntellivisionCollector.com. The download of the ROM for D2K Arcade, which is it's a hard game to get now. All right. Oh, wow.
That frame rate's a little low.
Not playable. Not playable at all. That's too bad. Stop sharing. And I'll close that software and everything else will speed right back up. I need a new computer. I've finally, it's just. Oh yes, MVL Gaming. Thanks. I appreciate that. But that was what I was having problems with before. That's what I was trying to do originally. I knew how to do it, but it just didn't. It still wouldn't render, which is strange because, like I said, it messed up a couple of videos I tried to record, and I was shutting down some software, And eventually I got the recording working, but it does not want to stream. And I have streamed before, haven't I, Jeff? I've done it. It's worked before in the past.
Yeah, I don't know how you did it. To be honest, I can't use StreamYard at all.
Well,
for any kind of gaming.
No. And I originally streamed. I did some. I did, but I did it with Stella. And Stella, I found, didn't use many resources, right?
And you also used you were like mirroring a second screen, right?
I used to be like right now. I just opened Stella, which it's not a huge resource pig, so you don't even notice it. Right. So I would open it up as large as I could, and I was just showing that as the game. But I just do that just does Atari 2600 games, right? So
yeah,
it works well. It works well, but it's only for the Atari games. So yeah.
Hey Pete, I got a new amiibo today.
Oh, what you got? A sec. Go big screen here. Solo layout. Who the blazes is that? Is that from?
That's from ARMS. This is Min Min.
Oh wow!
Look at the detail on this. See her arms. One arm's a dragon, and another one is this disc that she throws out there. I really like. I got one other thing, Pete.
Oh.
It's a Reggie book, the old Nintendo.
Oh yeah.
Of American President.
Now, will you read that?
Yeah.
Do you read a lot?
Not as much as I did. This doesn't look like it's it's only 200 pages. That shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, really.
I read more. I can read a lot more articles.
Yeah.
Versus books, even if it's the same amount of, say, pages. I can read. I'd rather read 200 pages of articles than one book. I don't know why. I just find it easier.
Yeah. I find if I get started. Oh, sorry.
Well, that's a really good deal by MVL there. Wow. Those are cool amiibo too.
I've never gotten into it. I don't have any like that. There's a few here that were the kids, excuse me, but that they've sort of moved on and abandoned. They're out with the Wii U, actually.
Consider yourself lucky, Pete. You didn't get into collecting.
Well, I have other vices. Here.
I was on Amiibo from day one because I had Wii U from launch. So they're pretty. They're cool to display. They don't do a whole lot. Originally they were for Smash Brothers on Wii U.
Right.
And what you would do is you could train. You could have an amiibo as a fighter, and you could train him, and he would kind of follow your style, and then you could send him out to fight other amiibo, which is kind of cool.
Yeah,
that was a neat idea. And then they started doing other things, like they came out with they redid Zelda Skyward Sword. They had an amiibo for that, and that one, in the game, you could only go like up into the sky and then back down at certain points, where the amiibo lets you just do that whenever you felt like it, which is cool. And I know a lot of people are complaining that they're hiding it behind a paywall.
Well,
it's like
there's always
something extra. It wasn't part of the original game.
There's always something like that, though. People are always going to complain. It is a bona fide complaint as well, but that's nature of the beast. People are going to start putting out products to make money to go along with them. And I think the amiibo idea is less flagrant than all these microtransactions, like the entire game. You can't even play the game without the microtransactions, right?
Yeah, there's no games where you can't play without an amiibo, which that would be crazy. That'd be awful.
Yeah. Right on. Oh, I'm sort of down now because I wanted to play a few games and stuff. I really thought it was going to work, but just not.
Isn't that the worst when you're all pumped up to do a stream and it just?
Yeah.
That's like
I sort of hummed and hawed about it. I want, like you and I have been talking, Jeff. We want to do some more streaming. I'm even concerned now. We're talking about the next episode of Papa Pete versus GoGameGo. We're going to do it live and play the videos. I don't even know if we could play the videos.
Well, you can hear, because you can as long as you have the video file, you can share it here, and that should play fine.
But do you remember I had the video of the Intellivision Lives music video, and I tried to share it from here on my computer?
I wonder if I could share it on mine, if it would be any better.
Oh, maybe. Because you're under my account, you could share
so I could share it. Yeah,
that may work better. Your computer might be better than mine.
We could probably do a test to see how it works.
I'll be very blunt. This computer is at least 8 years old now. I think it might be a little bit older than that.
So my computer's a lot newer than that. It's I don't even know. I'm not really sure on the specs of it. But I think I've done it on stream before. I think it came out all right. Just nothing live, but just a pre-recorded video sharing, I think, turns out okay.
And just you and I'll be on there talking about it at the time.
Yeah. Because a Berserk video, what's that going to take us? 5 minutes?
Yeah, that's right.
When you play with Evil Otto on and you can't kill him or make him disappear, that game is tough.
Yes.
But man, it's so fun, isn't it?
It is. It's a great game. There's so many of those old games like that. I mean, just are. No ifs, ands, buts about it.
Yeah, I had someone ask me, why do you like playing these old games? I'm like, well, I like playing the old games that are fun. I mean, Berserk's still fun to this day.
Yeah. I agree 100%.
Yeah, I agree, MVL. Amiibo, I don't have a problem with it. Starlink, Starlink was weird. You could buy, well, first of all, if you had a Wii U, Starlink version came with Star Fox characters, which basically turned into a Star Fox game.
Yeah.
Which was really cool. The other systems didn't have that, of course. But then you would buy individual ships, Pete, and then you would put them on your controller. It was this weird contraption on the controller, and then you would get that ship in your game. Or if you put a certain pilot in the ship, then you'd get him in the game as well. Wait, there's a Berserk game for the Vectrix?
Oh yeah, I got to get that too. So MVL to you, and MVL's in the UK. I'm sure. I think I've met you. I think I've met you before, and I think I've seen your channel. Watch your channel. Where did I just recently see you? Anyway, I just recently got the Vectrex. I haven't gotten many games. I haven't got any games at all for it yet, but I want to get a multi-cart. I've seen a few on that in that Facebook group. I don't know. It's going to be. I think it's something really to get. I'm sitting here looking at it right now. I really haven't given it any love whatsoever, but I built a shelf for it. So if I want to play it, I could play it. But I just haven't.
I gotta check out MVL's channel. I haven't checked it out before. Berserk on 2600 is a fine port. Yeah, it is.
It really is.
The thing that helps it is it's still fast.
So let's look at some of the ports. Think about some of these ports. Like the Berserk, we know is probably one of the best ports going, I would say, on the Atari 2600. I mean, the Atari 2600 had limitations. Berserk, well, it was by Stern, right? But it was affiliated with Atari? No.
I don't know if Atari had anything to do with it other than the 2600 version. I'm not sure.
Because you wonder if Atari's own games would be better ports. But the only other thing I think that really kind of comes close to it is Missile Command.
I'll tell you what, I'm not a big fan of Missile Command, but the 2600 version was really good.
It was amazing what they managed to do, considering how much they had to take out of the game.
Well, to me, the whole game is moving your cursor and getting it just right, and they nailed that with a stick of all things. I don't know how they did that.
I might be biased here, but I'm going to tell you a port which I think they did a better job on the Atari 2600 port. And I don't know that they really did a better job porting it, but I find the game itself is more fun as Defender. I find Defender in the arcade is friggin' brutally hard. And I always love the 2600 version. Did you ever play that one?
That could be another game for us to play. I don't know if I've played it on Atari.
It's not easy. Avatar's very right there. Frogger didn't look as good, but it played very well on the Atari. Much better than it did on the Intellivision, in my opinion. Didn't look as good, played better.
I'll tell you what, I'll take a not so great looking game that plays great.
Sure.
Over the opposite every day of the week.
I used to play a lot of clone games on the Commodore computers, like Jeff Fincher did Lamatron on Amiga, The Revenge of the Mutant Camels, Defender clone on the C64. There are so many clone games. The C64's got so much software. It's incredible. That's something that deserves to be streamed sometime if I get it up and running someday.
Oh, you know what I have for the 64 is I got Robotron 64.
Yeah.
But the best part of it is if you want to, because that was a twin stick game, stick game. And of course, Nintendo 64 only had one stick. I think it was the first console with a stick, I believe. Like an analog stick. I mean, the one where you can barely move it, and then Mario creeps around, and if you go hard, he'll run. But the best part about Robotron 64 was if you plugged two controllers in, then you had twin sticks. One moved, one shot.
On
Nintendo 64.
Nintendo 64, right.
Yeah, you plug them both in, and then all of a sudden you had two sticks, and it worked. It was really cool.
Didn't they do that with an earlier Atari version? Whether it was the 5200 or the 7800 something, where they actually had a plastic thing that you could put your two controllers in as well. It was early.
I don't know. I've never heard of that, but that is awesome.
I'm thinking they did. I'm not sure. If anybody knows, guys, let us know.
That would be a cool idea.
Did not realize that. I'll check that out. 0 points on game version 17 for the Easter egg. Of course, I did a review of it and put a bunch of stuff in there. I don't think I had that in there though. I can't even remember. Who was the programmer? Is it Rob Fulop?
For who?
For
Missile Command?
I think it was Rob Fulop.
I think you're right. You don't hear his name too much, but that guy made a lot of good games.
He did, yeah.
He did. He went to a Magic, and he did. What did he do? It was the two games that are kind of connected. Was it Atlantis and what's the other one? Cosmic Arc.
Cosmic Arc.
Didn't he do one of those games?
He may very well have. I'm going to check it out.
I don't really see his name pop up as like like some of those other programmers at the time, but now when you look at his list of games, it's like he made some classics. You should have him on your show, Pete.
Saw him somewhere recently, not like a picture or something. Might have even been on. No. Who the blazes is it? It's Todd Fry?
He did Pac-Man, I know.
He did Pac-Man, yeah. So somebody had a Pac-Man thing out there, 40th anniversary of Pac-Man. I reposted my Pac-Man review, and I got a comment from him on Facebook. So, he did. Oh, okay. Atari 2600 of Night Driver.
Demon Attack.
Demon Attack, yeah.
Missile Command, Demon Attack, Night Driver.
Oh, right. And I did talk about this. He started to get out of video games a little bit after he did Night Trap. He wasn't very proud of Night Trap.
He worked on Night Trap. That's the, wait a minute. That's the one with Dana Plato, isn't it?
Dana Plato game, yeah.
I've got that on the Switch.
Oh, yes, you got that, did you? I was going to order that, and I didn't.
I have it, what do you call it? On physical, but it goes on sale digitally for like under $5. I mean, it's nothing great, but I mean, it's a part of history. It's a notorious game.
Yeah, that's
one of the first games of that type.
Notorious, that's the way.
And I mean, I played it. It's just interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know that transplant at all. I've never played much Amiga. You have, Jeff, right? You're getting the Amiga Mini, right?
I've never played any Amiga. I never had one, but I am getting the Mini at the end of the month. And I'm getting it just because I never had one, and I want to check these games out that I missed.
I hope that it's like the because it's to say about excuse me again. It's like okay, this is late here. It's almost after 10:30 my time, so I'm awfully late getting this started. I was an hour for getting up and running, and then I probably just give up. So let's have a talk. I hope it's like Commodore. It had a ton of games, didn't it? Like ton of games, just like Commodore had like 15, 20,000 games.
Yeah.
I hope it's like the Commodore Mini, where you could very easily use your own ROMs on the.
Yes, it is. It's built for it. Good. They built it so you could do that, which is a huge deal. Matter of fact, I've been getting on Instagram these ads on there. I guess my phone, knows that I ordered it, so
right.
I get these ads for. I guess it's an SD mini card. I don't know. It's got like 1,000 Amiga games or something on it.
Right. I mean, there's so many. I've heard of maybe 1% of the Commodore 64 games out there, but there's a lot of games there that I really love, and I would want to play them. Like, I've actually got. I think I had them, and I've played them on Launchbox. Maybe. Okay, I do have Launchbox on my PC. Like on this one, but I don't find it works fantastic. Just because I'm not very good at configuring and controllers. That's the biggest problem with it. But Forbidden Forest is one of my favorite Commodore games. It's just got amazing music, and it's it's real blocky graphics. It's a little archer at the bottom of the screen that runs back and forth, and different waves of these different creatures attacking him. And it's just the music and the environment is very, very well done. Like it's a spooky game. And then he dances to this stupid song at the end of every I say stupid song, but it's a great song at the end of every wave.
Yeah, MVL, I have it right over here. I got the C64 Mini. I still haven't opened it up, Pete.
I've got 2 of them upstairs. I haven't opened up, so. Oh, really?
Oh,
that's sad.
Rob Fulop.
Yeah.
So listen. So you know how Todd Fry did Pac-Man, and that was when they started the bonus thing at Atari.
Yes.
So he ended up making, I don't know, several $100,000 or $1 million. I don't know. He made a ton of money.
Yeah.
People are all pissed off at him at Atari. I guess here's one reason. So Fulop developed, he did a port of Missile Command for the 2600. It sold over 2.5 million copies. That's huge. His bonus, he got a coupon for a free turkey at Christmas. He gets a turkey, and the other guy gets, hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Not shockingly, he quit soon after that.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
Oh, man. Can you imagine? Oh, it's got to hurt knowing you missed out on all that money.
That's
great. Missile Command came out first, though, didn't it?
Yeah, it did, yeah.
On the 2600?
Yeah. But still,
oh, yeah, because Pac-Man was like 82, 83.
It was March 83. It was, Missile Command was still one of the top 10 selling games, I'd say. Let's take a look at that. I know that it's Pac-Man is number 1, Pitfall's number 2. Yeah, and I don't think Combat's counted because Combat would be. But let's see what I can find.
Oh, MVL. I had a bunch of games on cassettes too for the C64. I guess at the time I didn't know any better. I mean, that's what they sold. I think I had games for floppy, cassette, and was there a cartridge slot? I guess there wasn't.
On what?
Commodore 64. Why was I thinking I had a cartridge for it?
There was a cartridge slot on the 64.
There was? Okay.
Yeah.
I had one for years. I haven't.
Vic 28 Commodore. They didn't use them very much, but
so I had games for all three methods there.
I stand corrected. Pitfall's number 4, according to this.
So what's the top 5? These are the biggest selling Atari games?
Yes.
2,600?
Yep. So Pac-Man's number 1 with almost 8.1 million. Todd Fry. Then it's Space Invaders. And so Todd Fry was sold 8 million games and made hundreds of thousands of dollars. Rick Maurer made Space Invaders, which sold 6.252 million copies. And he got a membership to the Jelly of the Month Club. Coleco, Donkey Kong, Gary Kitchen made it. That's interesting. I didn't know that they really credited them.
Wow.
Gary Kitchen made it. But there was a fair port, but it certainly wasn't a good port. I wouldn't call it a good game. I wouldn't really desire, I wish I had Donkey Kong on the Atari 2600. I'd rather play Donkey Kong on almost anything else.
I never got that because it looked ridiculous.
Yes.
And it's the same reason why I didn't buy Pac-Man, because it looked ridiculous.
Yes.
Now, if it's a good game, I have no idea. I can't imagine it's a good Pac-Man game because it's a different layout. But like I was telling you with like Home Run,
yeah,
it's not a baseball game in my opinion, but
right,
I can still have fun with it. But
yeah,
no, it's not a good baseball game. It's a whole different game. It's more like wiffle ball.
Yeah, exactly. Good answer. If you go back and look at my old video, like when I was doing the Atari games, and I may do Atari games again someday, but I did a whole bunch of them when I started doing them like every 2 weeks or weekly, maybe even for console purists. I was doing Atari games all the time back when that's what I could capture. And I finally finished up I used to rate them sort of in a great, the best, great, right down, and I call them crash causers. And the only crash causer that I ever had was Pac-Man. I didn't do that video until real late. And it was, matter of fact, I think it was one of the last ones I did after I sort of got out of it for a while, got back into it, and I did a fairly long video on Pac-Man.
Hello, everyone. I'm MVL, and do you?
Well, sorry, I'm on MVL's channel. I'm going to go. I went to subscribe, and he had a video that popped up right away.
I went. I say it's a crash causer, but in and of itself, and everybody sort of argues, well, I don't mind. I have fun with Pac-Man and stuff like that. Well, yeah, at the end of the day, if it was completely outside of the world of Pac-Man and it was just released as something else, maybe even if somehow they put a funkier head on it and said it was the friggin' E.T. game that Steven Spielberg wanted to make for E.T. instead of the one that Howard Warshaw made, it would have been considered a good game.
They should have called it Casey Munchkin, Pete.
There you go. Could have been Casey Munchkin. But as a Pac-Man clone, it did, or as a Pac-Man name, it didn't hold up, and it really disappointed so many people that it just, I think it's one of the worst games in the system for that reason. Not the playability of it.
But it's the number one seller. That's amazing.
Well, yeah, but you got to remember it's also the number one non-seller. By that, I mean, they made more friggin' Pac-Man cartridges than there were Atari 2600 that were sold.
That's crazy.
So there's probably more than 8.1 million Pac-Man copies of Pac-Man that didn't even sell, got thrown in the dump, right? In Alamogordo.
Saboteur, I wrote down Raid on Bungling Bay for 64. I will download that when I open my 64.
Raid on Bungling Bay, yeah. Oh, yeah, Raid on Bungling Bay.
You know what's weird? You're talking about more games than systems. When the Switch first came out, after, I don't know, like 3 months or so.
This is impromptu. You're not late, Scallywag. Sorry, yes. Go ahead. Sorry.
After about 3 months or so after Switch was on the market, maybe even longer, Zelda Breath of the Wild sold more games than Switches. And it's like, how is this even possible? But
does not compute.
There was, I think there was like another version that people may have gotten, like a collector's edition that people may have gotten. So a lot of people are buying two. It was just weird, though, that it was outselling the system.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
That's when you have a good game on your hand.
Oh, you're not kidding, huh? But
have you played that yet?
I have not. I've watched MJ play it quite a bit. I've just not.
It's one of those amazing games ever. I mean, you could literally just go in there and run around and see the whole world and just kind of goof off, and you could spend hours doing that.
There it is. Yeah.
Oh, what is that? You got a bonus. That must be the bonus one I was talking about.
Yeah, I think so. Let's see here.
I don't have that.
I try this button. Yeah, here we go. So that's like the solo. Can you read
Does
that?
it come with it? Bonus.
Explorer's Guide to
Explorations
Map.
Guide to Map. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Now, the neatest thing they did, I think, with the DLC is on the map they added they added like trails on the map. So wherever you've walked on the map, it would show up.
Okay.
So that way you know exactly where you haven't been. Yeah, it's such a cool world.
Yeah. Wow. But of course, this is the
See you, Saboteur.
take it off, Salvador. See you, man.
Oh, that's a nice little
Drop it
book.
in.
Look at that.
Yeah. So
Oh, that's cool.
This is
MVL,
before-
you got this special edition, Japan only.
I got this for MJ for Christmas. First year we got it.
Did you like it?
Oh, loved it. Played it nonstop. And it's sort of like, it's kind of like it's just worked its way into the collection now. So if they come in today and I'm taking my copy of Breath of the Wild, see you later, it'd be like, yep, okay, see you later.
I'm gonna get I'll get back into that briefly right before the second one comes out.
Right.
It's probably gonna come out like Christmas of 2023, I bet.
I got to exit the solo layout right there. Perfect. Yeah, so that's something else. Games that sell more than the systems. So Space Invaders, if it wasn't for Space Invaders, of course, the Atari 2600 wouldn't have gotten in as far as it did. I still think that's what brought it right over the top. And that's
Oh my gosh, I played so much of that.
Yeah.
Because for months I think I only had Space Invaders in combat, and
yeah,
I don't know. I really wasn't that big of a combat fan. I mean, it was fun for a little bit, but when I got Space Invaders there, I'm like, I'm just gonna play Space Invaders. It's a better game.
Agreed 100%. So Pitfall was 4, David Crane, of course. And of course, that was also, I mean, look at the top 3. Pac-Man, Space Invaders, Donkey Kong. 3 of the biggest arcade hits ever in the history, right? And then Pitfall, completely his creation.
Yep.
He started his own genre. It is the opening. Yes, it doesn't scroll. It goes screen to screen. But ultimately, it's the first platformer, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. I mean, at least mainstream.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know of any others. I mean, I feel like there's always something else that came out, but I don't know of any others, and it's definitely mainstream. First one.
Yeah, if anybody could think of anything. Hey, Pete, I have some Mattel baseball handheld on a shelf behind me. Had for years. That's cool. Yeah, I wanted to get Scallywag Air. Like, this is just something that I was trying to do. I was going to stream some games, and I can't get anything to friggin' work. So we're just having a talk. You're not late. This is actually probably a good time this week. This is just going to be a short one. I'm sorry, Jeff. What were you just saying?
I don't know. I think I was going to say. I think I was going to say at one point that 3 of those, like you were saying, 3 of the biggest arcade games. And,
yeah.
I'm guessing those were parents just, hey, it's Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Donkey Kong. We'll grab it without actually looking at it and saying, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah.
That doesn't look right.
I can remember the day we got Pac-Man. I didn't get it. I was at a friend's house, one of my best friend's house, and there was about 4 or 5 of us there, and he was going to get Pac-Man. And we were all going over Saturday morning to play Pac-Man. And we put it in. It's like, fuck, that ain't Pac-Man. It's like, we played it. We played it because that's what you did. Didn't matter how good or how bad a game was, you played it, right? When you got it. But
I'd like to talk to Todd Friday, ask him why he did certain things, like just simple things, like why are the pellets rectangles? Why didn't you just make them a square? Or even like maybe 2 squares? Why are they so long? It's really weird.
yeah, I don't know.
I get maybe the Pac-Man not turning, maybe there was some memory problem for it or something. I don't know. But the pellets is the weirdest thing. I just don't get that. Lance Jennings.
Hey, Lance. Oh, thank you, Lance. I appreciate it, man, so much.
Pete,
the numbers are on Astro Smash too. You must have been working late again last night. I wasn't late, I guess. It's fairly early out there. That we come on like 4 o'clock out there, don't we?
Yeah, Lance, you've been working a lot. We haven't seen you much.
Well, it's the season. Tis the season. This is racing season, man. They're full bore. So after, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's just so funny. Lance is like an expert in racing, and I know diddly about racing. I know absolutely nothing. I've never seen a race. Nothing. Don't know anything about it.
Did you know Chase Elliott won yesterday? Rain delayed Dover at the Monster Mile.
Never even heard of the name.
Chase Elliott. That's Mama C's favorite driver.
Yeah, it's just funny. I mean, it's not very popular here, so.
No, there's not much right there in the Midwest, really, is there? It's all out west or to the east.
Yeah, or south, southeast, southeast. Now, we do have a racetrack here right across the river in Illinois.
But nobody from Missouri goes to Illinois, right?
Yeah. So.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's the problem right there. We're talking about that. People don't like crossing the river in St. Louis.
Back to number 10, I sort of see the pattern here. You got Pitfall, which was the big one. Like, that's just a freaking ingenious game. Then you have Frogger, Asteroids, Defender. So 6 of the first 7 are arcade ports. And then you get ET.
Pete, you were counting off your fingers, and Coco was stretching her paw like this, trying to grab you.
Then you have ET, followed by Missile Command and Miss Pac-Man. So 8 out of 10 are arcade ports for the top 10 sellers. It's not really surprising. But then you get Pitfall, which is highly, highly acclaimed, and ET, which is not highly acclaimed. But you've watched me play it in the stream, Jeff.
Yeah.
Have you ever played it?
No. I have not played it.
I'm sorry. Raiders of the Lost Ark and E.T. are good games. They're ingenious games. They're incredibly complex games. Raiders is a lot better than E.T., but at the end of the day, geez, it'd be hard to figure out to win. E.T. is just like, it's the same thing as Pac-Man. It's just the target audience weren't gamers that wanted to figure out that type of game, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, what did Scallywag have to say here? Did you know this?
What's that referring to?
Days of Thunder.
Oh.
Did and you have, how long is it to watch the original Top Gun?
You give me the rest of your life, Pete. The rest of my life, I'm not going to watch.
Well, I saw the comment. You got 2 weeks to watch the original Top Gun, and I'll like Jeff's comment. Not going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I just, when it came out originally, I didn't have any interest in it. I don't know why.
Yeah. That's funny.
There was nothing about that I wanted to go see. I'm not a big Tom Cruise fan either.
I'm not at all. I haven't seen any of his movies recently. Back at, like, do you remember, or have you ever seen, because we were kids, Risky Business?
No, I have not. That was his first one, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty much his very first one. That was a great movie. I liked it.
That's a movie I'd probably watch. It looks like it's pretty good.
I bet you it doesn't stand up though. I bet you it's one of these ones that are kind of cringeworthy nowadays, though.
I did watch one of the Mission Impossible ones. We went to the movies and somehow got roped into watching that, and I actually kind of liked it.
I saw one of the early ones and enjoyed it, but there's been a lot of excuse me again. So much positive things said. Like, those movies are extremely highly rated, all of them, and without a doubt they're good. But I just All right, so after Miss Pac-Man's Demon Attack, which is not an arcade game, 2 million copies of Demon Attack sold. No wonder you.
That's amazing.
Oh yeah.
Pete, I'm gonna use the bathroom quick. I'll be right back. But I want to talk about Demon Attack and Magic Rule.
Perfect. Yeah. Right on.
I'll be right back.
I caught Jeff off guard too, because like I said, I was just gonna try to stream some Intellivision, sit there, and I couldn't get it working. I was getting frustrated. Let's go on, just gab and talk about this and that. So I'm glad you guys are in the chat there now. What's Scallywag saying? Top Gun played over and over at the video store I used to work at. Oh my God, yeah. I worked at a museum one year, and I live in a town that's known for chocolate and candy and stuff like that. And we had a display on the candy. And in the museum that summer, videotape rewound over and over again. We had to watch the original Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with Gene Wilder. And I was so friggin' sick of that movie. Fantastic movie. And I love Gene Wilder, but oh my God, I was sick of it by the end of that. Scallywag be the exact same thing, eh? Val Kilmer, Anthony Edwards, Kelly McGillis, Tom Skerritt, early movie for Meg Ryan. Goose, take me to bed or lose me forever. Meg Ryan.
So recently I was watching there's a documentary about a Magic on YouTube.
Right.
And it was a TV show. It was an episode of I can't remember what TV show it was, but it was just really interesting, showing them going from the very beginning.
Yeah.
And Demon Attack was one of their first games. When did they release? Did it release in 82 or 83?
82, I believe. Yeah.
I mean, they came at the very tail end, unfortunately for them. But they were saying, the president was saying, or the owner, whoever, I think expected to sell like maybe 11 million, get 11 million in sales, and then they went back went up like 25 million, and I think eventually then there's like, well, we think we'll get 50 million because the games just took off, especially Demon Attack. That one really gave them a ton of money.
Yeah. Jesus, what wasn't Demon Attack ported to?
I think that's on the Odyssey 2, isn't it?
It is. It's one of the most expensive games for the Odyssey 2.
I think
you now have.
Yes, that's true. I only have one game. Casey's Crazy Chase, not Casey Munchkin. This was the one they came out with, I guess, because once they got sued, they had to change it.
Okay.
It's a heck of a game. What's really weird is the game never stops. It's just on a loop. And you get one life. So once you die, it starts all over again. And but once you do it, you have a chance to enter your initials or your name. Actually, your name. And it only stays on while the game is on, of course. But what it allows you to do is have multiple people play, and then whoever has high score gets to put their name in.
Oh, that's a neat idea.
It's a neat idea. And they also had a thing where you could take maps, like mazes, and you could rearrange how they were. It was like a map builder. I was like, that's crazy for 1982 or 81, whenever that came out.
That's pretty cool. Like, that is earlier than Excite Bike a lot. But I used to love Excite Bike and making the maps and playing it, but then you had to turn it off and lost your track, which always sucked. So, go ahead.
Oh, Lance was saying downfall of the Magic. I assume it's just because they came in too late into the business. I mean, they didn't start until summer of 82.
Right.
Their games they had sold well, but I think it didn't make any difference if the whole industry is dying off.
Out there, people started. The retailers lost confidence. They had so much stuff coming back. So much.
That's the problem. They don't want to stock it anymore.
And the retailers wouldn't purchase it and put it on the shelf anymore. So all the good companies were dragged right down with it too. And Magic never released a friggin'. Some of their games are better than others, but they never released a dog. Like even Atari released a dog or two, I don't think Magic ever did. I don't really think Activision did, unless you maybe Double Dragon.
I've never heard of that one.
Double Dragon, it's a notoriously bad version of Double Dragon, right? Right there. Notoriously bad version. Hard to get too. I just lucked into this one. But these companies get dragged right down with it. I mean, Activision was big enough that it branched over and did into PC and stuff. And
yeah, I had a bunch of Activision games for Atari, and they were all good.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of stuck to them after a while, because every time I bought one, I was like, "This game's good."
I still need six Activision games. See if I can name them. Pitfall 2, River Raid 2, Hero, Rampage, and I'm stuck.
What's Rampage?
It's like the Rampage game where they climb the buildings, the monsters, and knock down the buildings. I don't know what kind of port it is really, but for Pete's sakes, I can't believe I can't figure it out.
Did they have any other ports of arcade games? I feel like they pretty much had original games.
Kung Fu Master, which is like Kung Fu, right? Which is in the arcade.
Double Dragon's an arcade game, right?
Double Dragon's an arcade game, yeah. Hello, right beside it. Commando.
Oh, wow.
Right? That's a pretty cool one, actually. This is a nice box, too. Other than that, it's mostly original. I'm going back through like this. The rest are all in original style boxes. There's some of the newer ones. How could I not remember the list of games I need? It's Hero, Pitfall 2, River Raid 2, Rampage. They're all fairly... Oh, Beam Rider. Beam Rider is very difficult to get for the Atari.
That's on Intellivision too, isn't it?
It is. I have the Intellivision version by Activision, but I do not have the Atari one. The Atari one is...
Is that a good game?
Yeah, I've not played it very much at all, but it's a good game. It's a fun game. There's a lot of positivity, a lot of love out there for it. Let's put it that way. Plus one other, which damn it, I'm gonna friggin' find out because it ticks me off when I can't tell. I like Lance's comment here. The only magic misstep I could think of was there was no ending to Intellivision Swords and Serpents.
So
who here, raise your hand if you actually got to the friggin' end and then like go, hey, what the hell?
So what happened? The game just ended and there was no real conclusion?
Lance, correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems to me there were 4 levels that you could go down, and you go down to the 4th level, and you'd be attacked by all the monsters. You had all the magic and stuff like that, and you found the dragon. It was surrounded by walls. Okay, how do I kill the dragon? And you couldn't kill the dragon. Just couldn't do it. That was it. That was the end of the game. You just saw it because they ran out of memory or whatever it was to friggin' put anything anyway in to kill the stupid dragon. So it just ended. And then you would send... Who was it? Was it Paul Nermix who sent the a letter in or somebody, and they got a letter back from this lady in the television. Oh shoot, it's online somewhere, and it says something online. Oh, the whole point is you can never end the conquest of trying to fight the dragon, so you have to, it's just some big long song and dance. But at the end of the day, they ran out of memory and couldn't put anything in to finish.
So they knew.
Lance got to the end with his dad too. Wow, yes, sir. Yeah, no.
So they knew they sent it out unfinished. There wasn't like a mistake or anything.
They knew. They definitely knew. Oh, I'm gonna find it right here. Oh, one that was just recently highlighted on what friggin' show that I watched. It was great. Private Eye is the other one that I need for who just did a video on Private Eye that I watched not long ago. It was really good too. They did a good job. I enjoyed it. But anyway, that's my 6 games: Private Eye, Beam Rider, Hero, Rampage, Pitfall 2, River Raid 2. I do try to collect them complete in the box. I just recently got Cosmic Commuter and Ghostbuster card only, which at this point I'd be happy with card only. Hey, Cyrus. Good to see you, man. We're just chatting tonight, not doing anything. Had no plans to do this. Just puttering around, frankly. Oh, we're heading to work. Right on. Good to see you. Yeah, I can remember. I did it with my brother, Lance. And I can't remember. I think I was the warrior and he was the wizard or the other way around. I'm not 100% sure. Which we were now. It's another one of these games like Microsurgeon that actually comes with 2 different overlays. They're not the same overlays even, which is kind of neat. Go back to these best-selling video game or Atari 2600 games of all time. How many you play, Jeff? So, what I was going to say is Demon Attack. Listen to this, okay? This is what the Demon Attack's available on.
All right.
Atari 8-bit, Atari 2600, Commodore 64, Intellivision, IBM PC, Magnavox Odyssey 2, TI-99 4A, TRS-80, TRS-80 Coco, and the VIC-20. I swear
that's 10.
One of the most ported friggin' original. Yes, it's a friggin' Space Invaders bottom shooter clone, but for original entity, ported to 10 different systems.
Yep.
Crazy.
I wonder how many systems it sold, or how many items games it sold.
Well, 2 million on this, just on the Atari 2600.
That's probably
the biggest one.
I'm guessing maybe 8 million tops.
Maybe. I would think it'd be closer to 4, between 4 and 5 would be my guess, because I think the Intellivision would probably be the next largest. It was never on the ColecoVision. The television, it was probably a million seller, but not a whole lot more. Although there's copies of Demon Attack. I mean, yeah, you can't throw a rock in the park without hitting one, right? Every collection has a copy of Demon Attack, it seems. But guess what, Jeff?
It's a great game.
Guess what? I've got my pterodactyl version all reserved at Intellivision Collector.
Ooh.
It's sitting out there in BC right now. So next time I have an order, I'm gonna pick it up at the same time.
Excellent.
Anybody doesn't know what we're talking about? There's 2 different versions of Demon Attack for the Intellivision. There's the one that I have, which how hard will it be to grab? Not hard. Which is the Tin T-Rex version, right? And then there's also one that's a pterodactyl version.
I like that version the best. The one
you like this one?
Yeah.
You like the one that you don't have, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I have the pterodactyl one, but I really like that one.
Yeah. That's that seems to be the most common one here. We looked that up one time. We were talking about it on GoGameGo, did we, Jeff, one night? And we said that we believe the pterodactyl one was... No, this was the original. This was the original. But seems to me the one that I'm getting, I believe Luke showed it to me, is pterodactyl box, pterodactyl manual, and pterodactyl card. So
wait, they both had. I thought only the box was different. So both versions have all 3.
I believe so. Yes.
Box, manual, cart. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. What the story was there? It's so weird. I mean, did they like lift somebody's artwork for one? They had to change it. I mean, why would they spend the money? That's really costly to redo everything.
Well, there is a story behind it. Where does it go? I don't know if I can find it. But it was just the Intellivision version that changed too, not the Atari one. Always had the Tin T-Rex, I call it, or the
dinosaur. Stranger. Why would? Now it makes me wonder what some of the others look like.
There is a reason, though. There is, like, I have read it before exactly what it was. It was just marketing or something. Wanted to change it. Doesn't really seem to make. So Demon Attack did get sued by Atari and settled out of court. So managed to keep their game.
All right, I'm really curious here, Pete. All right, so Odyssey 2, it's also the Tin T-Rex.
I think.
So I guess this one, the television is the only one that had the pterodactyls.
I think so. Yeah. That's possible in Swords and Serpents MVL, yeah, for sure.
Man, this game is expensive on Odyssey 2. Jeez.
Oh, a couple $100.
Let's see. This doesn't even have a box. Oh wait, it does have a box. This is $329.99 or best offer. Here's an Odyssey 2 Demon Attack Brazil version, complete in case, $65.50.
I think you need Demon Attack for your Odyssey 2. If you're going to start collecting Odyssey 2 games, you got to get the most expensive one first.
So you're getting Spiker anytime soon, Pete?
I don't know. No, for I already have Spiker.
Well, that's true.
The Blue Sky Ranger version.
Blue Sky Ranger.
I was on the other day, eBay flipping around, and there was no listings for the Blue Sky Rangers. And I was quite curious about that because he's had stuff up all along. Hey, Michael, haven't seen you in a long time. Thanks for stopping in. We're just chatting tonight.
Hey, Michael Hayes.
Here's a good question from Lance. I'll let you answer it first. I think I know your answer. But I think it might be the same as mine.
Well, I don't know. I'm guessing maybe Space Invaders. It was either that or Combat. It's only two games I had for a while. I don't know which was the first, to be honest. I mean, I would think I'd probably go Space Invaders because that would have been more interesting to me.
That was mine. I still remember getting it, turning it on. It was Space Invaders. Grab that friggin' first thing, put it in. That was all over that Christmas morning. I had, I think I also got, yes, I did. I got Combat, of course, but I also got Air Sea Battle, I guess, now that I think about it. And
yeah, I never had that.
I think I either got Superman or Adventure with it as well. And I think it's at Superman is what I got that Christmas morning as well. I was lucky. I got 4 games. I got 3 games with it. Like my sister and brother-in-law bought me a game. My parents bought me 2 games to go with it, I think is what happened. Hey, Doomer. Right on. Thanks for stopping in.
Pete, I remember getting Superman, and I never, ever understood that game. I didn't know what to do. I was so confused. I even watched your video. I'm still not sure if I could figure it out.
I can remember getting first playing Superman and being in the same boat, just flying around going, what the blaze is going on? But once you got it, you got it. Like, yeah. It's fun. It's like a little sprint game, right? Once you know what you're doing. Michael's talking to you.
Oh, I'm looking at eBay. Hold on.
Not you. Coco.
Oh.
He said meow.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, that's a little ambiguous there. JD's going to be happy. The Caps knocked off the Panthers tonight. JD is going to be very happy.
Odyssey 2 had a Super Cobra game.
Oh, cool.
That's weird. I didn't know that. Yeah, the Blues really stuck it to Minnesota last night. Jeez.
Those are 2 good teams, like very good teams. Same as Tampa and Toronto. They're going to be tight.
I really haven't paid much attention to hockey lately, but why are the Blues on the road?
Because they come in 3rd in the division.
But how many? Wait a minute. How many are in the playoffs? Aren't there usually?
There's 16 in the playoffs. I do not like the way the NHL does their playoffs, but this is what the NHL does now. They have four divisions of 8 teams, 2 in the Eastern, 2 in the Western. Okay, They take the division winners of each, and they play them against a wild card team. How they make the wild card is the top 3 teams from each division, or each division makes the playoffs. Of the 10 teams left, the top 2 ranked teams, whether they're in the same division or or opposite division, make it as wild cards. These wild cards, according to rank, play according to rank of the top 2 teams that won. And then team 2 and team 3 in their own division play each other. So Minnesota was second. Colorado was first. Yes, Colorado was first in their division. And then it was Minnesota, then St. Louis. So Colorado is playing one of the wild card teams, which is it's not LA, it's Dallas. And so because Minnesota and St. Louis were 2 and 3 in that division, they play each other.
I've never seen a sport where 2 and 3 play each other.
but it's 2 and 3 in that division. There's 4 different 2 and 3s playing.
Okay.
Okay. Even though overall they may be they could conceivably be the second and third best teams in the league. They'd still have to play each other. I have not liked the way NHL has done it in years, and it's all done to save money with traveling. But when you're traveling from St. Louis to friggin' Minnesota, well, it's not that far, is it?
No. Not by plane, especially. I mean,
I can remember when I was a kid, there were 17 teams in the league, 16 teams made the playoffs, and team number 1 played team number 16. Team number 2 played 15, and it went right like that. But then you could end up with LA playing Boston, and they're flying jet setting back and forth across the country. They don't want to do that, right? But also, I think the contracts, the negotiations, and the actual collective agreements forbid some of that as well that the players put in because it's hard on the players.
I'll tell you what I don't like the NHL did when they switched uniforms. The home team started wearing the dark, and the away team did the white, or the white color, like the NFL has always done. I didn't like that. I always and it threw me off for a long time too. It still throws me off. I'm like, what?
I agree with that.
To be in white.
Home team in white, but they were the only sport that did it at the time, right? That's also in marketing as well, because it's easier to make the dark uniform. It's easier to make alternate versions of it, and when you make it showcase these alternate versions at the home arenas, they sell.
Yeah,
marketing, man. There's always an underlying thing that's there. That's what it is. Every friggin' team's got their home jersey, their away jersey, and they've got like 3 friggin' alternate jerseys trying to sell, right?
Well, I love the Blues light blue uniform with the gold trim.
It is nice.
It goes back to the 60s, like our first team. I really like those. Yeah, with baseball in the playoffs, I've never understood why they play 2 games, take a day off, 3 games, take a day off, 2 games. It drives me nuts. I'm like, if this was the season, you'd play all 7 games in a row.
Yeah.
And you'd travel.
Yeah.
You play 2, travel, you play the next day, play 3, travel, play the very next day. And it's more beneficial for the better teams because you can't skip a day and try to get one of your best pitchers back in. Yeah. It seems to me it works in the favor of the worst team.
It's gotten much. They've really spread them out. Hockey always was 2 games, skip a day, 2 games, and then back and forth. And now they take a day off between every game. But I just got done saying alternate reasons. The alternate reasons is television.
So more games on TV
and more money in the contracts.
So is the first round all the round 7 games?
Yeah.
Does it go 2-2-2-1, or how does it go?
It goes 2-2-1-1-1, and there's a day off between every game.
Wow, that's right, because this goes till June, doesn't it?
This is going to go to friggin' July this year, man.
Oh God! Boy, nothing says hockey like
I
July.
have been a hockey nut since I was about 6. I figured out what it was, and I can remember I used to, when I was like 8, 9 years old, I used to have to go to bed at 7. Hockey games always come on at 9:00 local time in the playoffs. Okay. And that's the only time you saw hockey. We only had 3 channels. We had CBC, CTV, and a couple of the American stations, but they didn't show any hockey on the American stations. And every night I'd have to go to bed at 7:00 and go to sleep and to get up at 9 so I could watch the hockey game once I was like 10, 11, 12 years old. So,
yeah, I remember during the baseball season when I was a kid, because I listened to all the games because there weren't many on TV.
Right.
And the Cardinals would go on the West Coast trip. It was brutal. It was like games would start at sometimes 9:30. Like, oh, I'd have a transistor radio. I'd be in bed listening to it.
That'd be 11:30 here.
I hated those West Coast trips. Now they're kind of cool because sometimes you're just busy all night, and then it's like end of the night, hey, it's ball game on. Let's watch that.
Exactly. Yeah. What was Lance saying about Keith? Oh, look, Scallywag, huge Leafs fan. Okay, well, Mama C's a Leafs fan too, but that's okay. I like the Leafs, actually. Leafs are probably my second favorite team, but I am a Bruins fan. Keith Robb is the 7th in Intellivisionaries. The Space Invaders saved the entire VCS. I can remember that conversation. They canceled the home division to make arcade games. Space Invaders took off, and they had to make more consoles. I thought that the VCS was on its way out when they got Space Invaders, and that's what brought it back.
That's crazy.
And if you didn't see Space Invaders, you may never have seen Intellivision. Definitely not ColecoVision. Definitely not a Vectrex. It would have been a whole different scenario without Space Invaders. That's the real one that saved video games, even though it did crash and come back with Nintendo.
I'm guessing that Nintendo probably still would have came out with theirs, but I think there would have been a huge gap in between.
I agree. Oh yeah, for sure.
I remember you ever read the book called Console Wars? It's focused mostly on Sega of America,
Right.
but it talks about the Sega of America versus Nintendo of America rivalry.
Okay.
And it talks about the Japanese divisions of both. And that's a fascinating book about how Sega kind of came out of nowhere with the Genesis to overtake Nintendo with the Super Nintendo briefly, at least.
Yeah.
It was a really neat story. I had heard they were going to make a movie about it, but because that book came out, I read that. That was 5 years ago, maybe longer. I heard
I've heard of that book before. I've not read it.
Oh, I recommend that one. That's really good.
Did you ever watch the movie Bits of Yesterday?
No.
It's a lot of YouTubers in it and stuff too, but I'm looking forward to seeing that sometime. All about retro gaming.
Wait a minute, is that the one Stuart mentioned?
Maybe. I recently What Nintendo Don't? Is that Michael's got the name there? Is that the actual name of it, Jeff, or of something, or is that?
Oh, Sega of America, their famous campaign was Sega does what Nintendo don't.
Hey, I remember that. Yeah.
It was interesting because Sega of America went off on their own. They were doing their own thing, and they actually caught up to Nintendo and passed them, where Sega Japan was dying.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they not only could they not catch Nintendo, but the PC Engine, TurboGrafx, was killing them as well. So there was a big struggle between the two because Sega of America was, I guess they're thinking, hey, we're the ones doing everything right. You guys should be listening to us. But Sega of Japan was like, no, we're in charge.
Yeah, okay.
And it just kind of ruined things.
Yeah, look where that led them. Oh, yeah, that was a slogan for the Sega Genesis. Yeah, that was a great slogan too, man.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yes, there is no 32-bit Nintendo system. They went from 16 right to 64.
Blue Mario was faster. He certainly was. That's cool.
Man, I remember the first time I turned on it, played Sonic on the Genesis, because it was the first game I ever played on Genesis. And just the colors and the music, I was blown away. I was like, oh my gosh, this is just so cool.
The ringing Sega noise. Sega. When we first turned it on, I still remember that when it came home with my Genesis.
When we were playing the other night, we were playing Streets of Rage 2.
There you go.
When you turn on the Sega Genesis app, it does that. Sega.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
I never had a Game Gear.
Eats batteries. That it did. Crazy.
That's one thing that's kept me from getting a Game Gear. It's like, I don't know, would I even play it because of the battery situation? I don't know. Yeah, it's hard links too.
Yeah. I've got a video coming out in the next couple of days where I picked up some Evercade carts, so a little waylay into that. And well, it's getting late, I suppose. The hockey games are over, and I didn't get to play any television tonight, but that's okay. That's okay. Thank you so much, Jeff, for coming on here. So you guys have what's on tomorrow night on GoGameGo? Everybody should tune in.
We're doing open chat. And I talked to Stuart today. I think we're going to try and actually do a Nintendo show on Thursday.
Oh, good.
Because Nintendo Sports or Switch Sports just came out. I've been playing a lot of that. We could talk about that.
Yep.
It's a pretty neat game. We
I
talked
think I'm
about
gonna try to pick up that. I still like to get the physical versions. You know what I mean? So I might try to pick.
Well, they got the physical version, and it comes with the leg strap.
Got to have that leg strap.
I already have it from. It's the same leg strap from Ring Fit Adventure.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
And oddly enough, that works pretty well. It did on Ring Fit Adventure anyway.
What do you use the leg strap for in Switch Sports?
Soccer.
Oh, okay.
They have a mode where it's just a shootout where you just kick the ball using the leg strap. But I think they're going to update it. I don't think you can do it yet, but I think they're going to update it where you can actually use it because there's a real soccer game. I think they're going to have it where you can use it during the soccer game to kick. And I've just played bowling and tennis mostly. I played a little of badminton and a little of soccer. And I was shocked at how much I liked soccer.
Oh, right on.
Because everyone in the reviews kind of went off on it, saying, it's not that good. It's kind of slow. But, I mean, it is soccer. It's going to be a little slow. I mean, it probably would have been better if they would have made the field slightly smaller.
Right.
But it's still kind of cool. You're running around. It's kind of like Rocket League, just, a lot slower. It's got this huge soccer ball. You're running around kicking.
Well, that's pretty cool.
You can, if you throw both controllers downward like that, you do a header.
Okay.
Yeah, I scored one goal the first game with a header because I saved it. Oh, so my son was making fun of me on bowling because he saw me play a couple days ago and I was terrible. Because online it's like 18 players and I got kicked out in the first round. But then today I had 2 different splits and I picked them both up while he was watching. I was like, see, I can do it.
That's hilarious.
Oh. Hey, Rab's here.
Hey, Rab. That's funny what MVL's saying about how they didn't even bother to change it. And it just went from it's just the slower version on the PAL system. The smaller or slower frame rate, right? 50 instead of 60.
Oh, I've heard these stories about the poor people in the overseas. They got to deal with the slow games. Kind of stinks.
Yeah, really. Oh yeah, right on. So the right read there, you would know because you tell as soon as you heard it, right? Thank you, Lance, as always. Thank you. So I've got just another pickup video coming up later on in the week. Of course, we're doing the Astro Smash Mondays challenge for this week is Mousetrap.
Oh, that's right.
Which I had never played on I played it in Clico. I've never played it on the Intellivision, so I'm sort of curious as to what that's going to be like. Could be an adventure in and of itself.
That means I got to record this with my phone because I only have because it's not on the flashback. So, but I have the cartridge, so I have to play it on my phone on the actual.
Right.
It kind of stinks because man, that always looks terrible.
And Jeff and I have been a little slack getting out the next episode of Berserk or of Papa Pete versus GoGameGo. And it's going to be Berserk for the Atari 2600. But I think we're going to try to do something by the weekend.
My Retron is over there. I got to double check it because I went to go play some more Berserk.
Right.
It turned on, but there was no video. And I don't know. I got to double check it. I can't imagine it's busted. I mean,
I hate those little systems like that because I never know if they're going to work or not.
Unless it's literally the HDMI out that's, that port. Maybe that's busted. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because it turns on.
That sucks.
Yeah, because I was having fun with that. I could play any Atari 2600 game I wanted.
So you do not have you do not have a 2600.
Not anymore. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Right.
Just,
that'll be a yard sale search this summer.
Yeah, it would be cool. I do have paddles somewhere.
Oh, that's cool.
So if I ever get one, I'll have paddles ready. Play me some Circus Atari.
That's pretty cool, Lance. That would be neat if the soccer had a trip. And the yellow card, of course, to go with it. And the player you trip would have to roll around and grab their knee.
I think there should be a button too when if you're on offense, you can just flop on the ground and try to draw a penalty.
Draw a penalty. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I may have seen that a time or two in soccer.
Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in with us a bit tonight. Listen to us ramble on, talk about old games, because Jesus, we love old games. Kind of weird, isn't it? Maybe get to play some the next time.
I know.
You have MVL Gaming saying, "Oh, sorry, I just turned it off as you turned it on."
Yeah,
it is.
I've only used it a few times. That's pretty sad if it broke already.
Thank Michael.
Yep. Good night, everyone.
All right, guys, we're gonna take off. We'll see you. See you. Go Game Go. Open chat tomorrow night. 7 Central, 8 Eastern, 9 Papa Pete time. And that would be 5 o'clock at the land of Lance Jennings. Anyway, take care, guys. Good night.
See you.